Just throwing a new part on won't fix the problem if you skip this step.
El auténtico! Yeah!
And this is what we'll need to get started: this rag, a plastic brush, and this mixture. I'll tell you the secret of what's in it in a minute. Welcome, everyone. Guys, girls, young, old, and everyone in between, welcome back to my channel. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. As you saw in the previous video, we left everything ready and cleared out to start cleaning and installing the new parts to finally fix this issue. Now, like I warned you in the intro, take a look at all that white crust right there. Here's a detailed close-up so you can get a really good look at it. All of those deposits are completely baked onto the plastic fitting. That's a mix of old, crystallized coolant and limescale that gets baked over time by the engine's heat. All of these fittings need to be thoroughly cleaned and left completely smooth to the touch. Here's also a shot of the belt and pulleys. Remember how much coolant spilled over them. And I know what a lot of you are thinking, what are you talking about cleaning for? In most shops, they just throw the new part on and call it a day. Well, mechanics in auto repair shops are on tight deadlines with 100 cars to fix, so they just don't have the time. But when you're working on your own car, you can take your time and give it a little extra care. So, what happens if we slip these new hoses I'm showing you over all that crust? Look at how crazy this is. I'm scraping it with my finger just so you can see how thick this layer actually is. It's unbelievable. So, as I was saying, what happens if we put the new hose over that crust? The internal rubber seal won't sit flush, and over time, the pressure will cause it to leak coolant again. Now, you might be asking, what's that magic mixture you're dipping the plastic brush into? Tell us. Well, it's super simple: hot tap water and regular dish soap. Yep, just dish soap. That's all you need to get this completely clean. Let's scrub it down thoroughly, top and bottom. Put some Real elbow grease into it. That's it, just like that. Like you guys grinding at the club, right? Haha. Put your heart into it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, just a little bit more. Don't be afraid to go to town on it. The brush is plastic, so there's no risk of wearing down the material. Now, one very important detail: remember that to unstick and pull off the old pipe, I sprayed some WD-40 on it. You might think, so what, That stuff works for everything, what's the issue? Well, the problem is that we need to remove 100% of it now. Even though you can't see it because it dried up after we used it, that doesn't mean the product isn't still stuck to the surface. WD-40 contains petroleum distillates that will degrade and deform rubber seals. If you let the new hose stay in contact with that stuff, you're going to have a bad day. So we degrease it thoroughly, dry it off, and it's ready for installation. Next, we're going to rinse it using a fresh bottle I prepared with clean hot water to flush away all the soap we used. Now, allow me a little side quest. What I'm cleaning right now has nothing to do with the main job, but it was absolutely filthy, so since I was already at it, I decided to clean up the whole area. Finally, we take our rag, soak it in that nice hot water, and use it to finish up every last spot, leaving it spotless and ready to go. And remember, We're working with plastic parts that are almost 20 years old. So handle them with care, scrub them with some enthusiasm, but don't overdo it.
La persiana baja a medio cerrar, el ruido de la calle se queda allá afuera, aquí dentro el tiempo empieza a frenar y la sombra del motor se vuelve mi compañera, una mota de polvo, una gota de ayer. La paciencia es la herramienta que nadie te vende, lo que otros ignoran yo lo quiero ver, limpiar lo invisible, que el hierro me entienda, no es solo metal, no es solo pasar, es el pulso firme, la calma al mirar, quitar la costra que el tiempo dejó. Tus dedos sienten mi piel de metal, conoces mi ruido, mi punto vital. No soy solo hierro, no soy un motor, soy quien te devuelve el mismo calor. Me limpias la herida, la cal, el olvido, ese líquido viejo que me deja dormido. Tú sabes la junta, tú sabes el daño y no me hace falta ni un solo...
Alright, so we're done with the brush and everything is prepped. Now I'm going to hit it with some contact cleaner. You've probably seen me use this in other videos on the channel, just to give it a nice quick spray. That's it, make sure it's completely clean. Remember that coolant spilled all over here, and I'd much rather get rid of every bit of it. Hold on, hold on, hold on. It's not Christmas yet. Scissors in hand, let me unbox what just arrived. It was about time this saw the light of day so we can install it and see if we can finally enjoy our BMW at 100%, feeling it just like it should be. Here are a few shots comparing the old pipe with the new one.
Just look at the difference. Look at all that scale build up inside the old one. This old pipe is stiff as a board. Man, it's so hard. You have no idea. Honestly, if I hit you with this like a cane, you'd run all the way down the street. Meanwhile, look at the new one. Super flexible. So soft. What a joy. I'm telling you, this old one is a straight up whip. Ha ha ha. Perfect for herding cattle. But this new one, pure velvet. Back to the car now. Here's the silicone spray I bought. Specially made for rubber seals and gaskets. We're going to cover up the belt area. There. You get what I mean? Words are failing me. And now we're going to give it a good spray. Right there. Right there. Don't be shy with it. And why is this spray I bought so important? Well, we're going to apply it to install the new hose. And this step is vital. Never use mineral grease or penetrating oil like WD-40 for installation, please. I know how you guys are. And just to save the $7 this bottle cost me, you're totally capable of messing it up. Remember, we're saving a lot of money by doing this ourselves, so on certain things, we need to be generous and use the right materials. Not everything goes. Silicone is 100% safe on plastics and EPDM rubber. It won't degrade or soften the material over time, and it creates a super slick coating, so the fitting slides right and smoothly, without forcing it and without pinching the internal O-ring. A quick spray of silicone, and it snaps right in on the first try, just like from the factory. Let me break down the 3 key technical reasons behind what I'm telling you. Reason number 1, and a very important one, zero chemical degradation. It offers absolute compatibility with the hose seals, which are made of EPDM rubber. Common grease or petroleum-based penetrating sprays will destroy EPDM, whereas silicone spray is neutral and completely safe for rubber and plastic components. While I'm explaining this, you can see how I'm positioning the hose and how smoothly it slides in, just like I mentioned. Moving on to number 2, it prevents pinching the O-ring. New hoses have a very tight fit, and if you press them in dry, the internal rubber seal can pinch, twist, or get dislodged, causing coolant leaks. the second the system builds pressure. And even with all the spray we applied at that connection, man, you have no idea how much trouble it gave me to go in. The radiator inlet fitting was super tough to slide into, even with the lubricant. Alright, point number 3, it leaves no sticky residue. Unlike heavy greases, silicone leaves a thin film that repels water, won't attract dirt, and won't form gunk inside the cooling system. Boom. We did it. The hose is installed. Here's a close-up so you can see how it sits completely flush. It has to be pushed all the way in. Don't just rest it against the fitting and assume it's locked in just because it feels stuck. It needs to seat all the way against the stop. Notice how it's completely flush with the final locking tab. Let me point to it with my finger so you can see what I mean. Completely flush, fully seated. And always push the retaining clip back down at every connection. Don't forget this step. It's crucial to lock it in place so it won't pop off from engine vibration, road bumps, or any sharp jolts along the way.
Aquí me tienes, el auténtico, dándome el trato que merezco. Con ese spray, los viejos manguitos salen sin lucha, sin un grito. Luego esa espuma blanca y fina, limpiando el puerto, qué rutina. Y lo más grande, mi buen amigo, es que el Bude 40 no va conmigo. Mis gomas nuevas son de EPDM. Son de EPDM.
Don't forget the hose clamp. Remember, we ordered a new one. It's for this specific connection on the hose. Alright, let's get it lined up. Be careful not to drop it down into the engine bay. And honestly, just between you and me, what a feeling it is to do these things ourselves. I don't know if you feel the same way, but I find working on cars super relaxing, and the satisfaction you get at the end is completely priceless. If you agree with me, remember, if you're enjoying the video, drop a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any money-saving tips, tricks, or upcoming content, and leave a comment below. Any questions or input are always welcome. Let's share our tips and help each other out. See what I meant about how easily that section of the hose slipped on? Just think back to the previous video, when that exact piece snapped off because it was dry rotted. What a nightmare that was. And look how much it delayed everything, because we had to order the replacement part. But hey, what can you do? These things happen. Whether you're working in your driveway, or in a professional shop, unexpected stuff pops up. In the end, it just makes the finished job feel even more rewarding. Honestly, it's a little metaphor for life. You think you have everything under control and then, bam, a sudden twist shows you otherwise. But the main thing, just like in life, is knowing how to handle the setback and get out of the jam as best you can. And I think this time, we nailed it. Alright, let me give this a final tighten. Don't over torque it, okay? Remember that the connector fitting is plastic, so it just needs to be nice and snug. Nothing crazy. Now, let me reinstall the air filter box back into place.
La llave descansa sobre el metal, por fin se termina, punto final. El motor susurra, suena tan bien, la calma que llega, mi Beamer al 100. Cada pieza en su sitio sin una duda, sé que esta faena es de gran ayuda. Era el auténtico trabajo bien hecho, la satisfacción me llena el pecho. Y ahora rodar con la mente tranquila, en mi BMW, pura maravilla.
And that's going to wrap up today's video. We've got the entire installation finished, cleaned up, and with the seals properly protected, just as it should be. In the next video, we're tackling the most important step before you turn the key. We'll go over the proper coolant bleeding procedure so we don't leave a single air bubble trapped in the system. On top of that, we'll do a deep dive into the different types of antifreeze on the market and break down their differences so you know exactly which one your engine needs.
Blue neon glow
And if you enjoyed the video, if it brought a smile to your face, or if it simply saved you from blowing something up on your car, drop a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. It's completely free and helps out a ton so I can keep uploading more tutorials, tricks, and laughs. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.
Watch us blow the map, rupture.